there's so many ways to sidechain, you guys, and none of them are wrong. For me, again, I guess I program a lot. I'm like a synth MIDI person. I like to program almost everything if I can. It's where I feel creative and expressive is like on the computer, you know, even though I am a guitar player at heart, it's like kind of my home base or whatever. But check out how cool this is. So we've got a beat with some stuff routed synth. We've got, let's see, I think that's everything. Yeah, for this first section we're gonna need, and our effects here. Yeah, so perfect. So I'm gonna create another MIDI track here at the top, and I'll just call it sidechain. And then let's go back into our synth. And so I like to use Shaperbox to sidechain. To me, it's just you get the most control over it. And I can show you how I can set one up, but I mean, they have all kinds of this stuff in here. Wait, I grabbed the wrong thing, sorry. That's the time thing. Also, if you haven't checked out this plugin, it's really cool. I mean, they have all kinds of stuff, but what am I looking for? Volume, here we go. So you can grab like just a sidechain shape, but I'll show you the shape that I kind of like. First of all, you don't want this to sit at anything below 100. On Shaperbox, this is setting the volume on the track when it's not being triggered right here. So if I left it right here, it would be like turning down my synth track by like many, many decibels. So you always kind of want it to sit up here. I don't know why they do the side chains like this. I guess they assume that it's just going to be bypassed or like being triggered constantly. So anyways, you go up here, make a point, and then yeah, you just want to make sure you're not too close like that. If you're too close, it ends up like that. So, okay, I like to have it really tight, and I like to set it to a quarter note. And this is the grid we're looking at. Like when I hit play, you'll be able to see the audio. So then it's just syncing on MIDI, right? So you can hear what it's doing. Or it's just doing it in sync with the audio. So we're gonna hit MIDI, so it's MIDI triggered. And by default, you can send it any MIDI signal. There's a lot of different ways we could generate hit points and get MIDI notes off of that if you guys want to be like fancy about it. I got to be honest, most of the time I just hit play and just draw in the notes, or you know, in this case, usually it's already a program beat, so I can just grab the same MIDI and paste it there, which is part of what I like about it. Edit hit points, cool. Cubase just did it for me, and then I can literally hit MIDI notes, fixed velocity. I mean, it really doesn't matter, but there you go, and it's gonna spit out this MIDI track. And I'm just going to quantize it because it's already quantized anyways, but there you go. And cool. And then that's going to end up being our like sidechain trigger to start, right? And then we'll just do it all by taste. Oh, perfect. So obviously that's way too much, but you can already hear that it's kind of hitting, right? So let's get the timing, like the attack and the release of this pump perfect. Then let's dial it back to taste. And this is something we can revisit later. This is the feature how you split the sidechain on Shaperbox. So for example, if I want the highs to come through, you'll hear how it sounds. So our timing is hitting kind of right where the kick sound opens up. But let's play with the curve, like I said, before we dial in our setting for now. Because this is kind of like super fast attack, really fast release. So it's kind of very like audible kind of hiccup sound. We can soften it. Like you can make it, like if you make it slower, basically, you can make it a little more dirty in a way because it goes, it like opens a little slower. You hear what I'm saying? It's a little, sometimes that's the vibe. To me, I know it's subtle, but this little curve here is too like laid back. That's not this song and that's not Ronnie. I feel the power and the like sludgy heaviness of that being potentially cool, but I don't like it. So we're just going to undo back to the faster sound because I think what I like about this is it's imitating natural compression of like a speaker system. That's sick. Cool. That's good for now. It's a little hard, but that's going to basically feed into everything we're doing as we go along. So cool. I'm glad we got that set up. Okay, so here's something I love about those atmospheres. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm going to do this right now. I'm too ADD not to jump around. We're going to do this really quick. This drone thing, I'm just going to duplicate it And I'm just going to have 2 instances of it. And I'll just call this one drone comp wide. And then anytime, by the way, choose your plugin of choice. Like, what have I been using? I've been using this manipulator lately. I like the sound of this widener. It's really sick. And I've been using the detune feature too, but I might take a version of this and basically make it as artificially overly wide as possible. Like damn the stereo image as long as it sounds good. And then I will, mix it back in with the dry. So some of it brings out the pitch and the artifacts. A little bit of that's okay. Let's just let it ride for a second and see if we can't find something dope. That's baked into that track, you guys. But not this cool detune. It's like this super slow oscillation. I like it. By the way, to do that stuff, that's literally me just like drawing a line on the Cubase pitch thing. I'm just like, pitch, one octave. Cool. Yeah, I don't know. I could automate this, which is probably what I would end up doing, but sometimes I like to just have 2 tracks so I can visualize it. So I gain matched it, and check this out. Pretty close enough for me. When the vocals come in, because it's so pushed to the sides, I realize it can be louder.
Yeah, I got voices in my head again. Tread carefully, and I don't medicate, it helps me temporarily. I got problems, I got issues, yeah, apparently. Trauma that I'm burying, I think I need some therapy. I battled depression, I'm back with a message. I'm asking the question that if you hate me, why you acting obsessive? I'm passive.
Yeah, man, it's like, you can just feel it like lurching forward, you know? It's like freaking menacing feeling. I love that energy. It's like not a horror movie, but it's something, you know? Okay, so we're getting closer. So like right off the rip, dude, like I would do this. I would even go onto the master and just automate the volume. Like let's start by just turning it down so that we have somewhere to go. I'm just going to give myself 4 decibels. That seems like a lot, but it goes through a lot of phases, you know? So it's okay that they're distinct. It's almost better for it.
If you hate me, why you acting obsessive? I'm past a point and no return. I'm being passive aggressive. I'll brandish the weapon, teach all you motherfuckers a lesson. Yeah. I actually battle my demons and zealots.
Right on the drop. So I'm going to exaggerate this because these should almost be invisible in my opinion, because you can't, trust me, it's like you can't ruin the illusion. And this is such an easy way to ruin the illusion or do too much or something, but you push just a little bit more. So I'll put like 2 decibels. I would never do this much. That's like so much gain. But listen to the energy now. Ooh, maybe it should go in on the snare. See what I'm saying? It's going to figure itself out. Yeah. That's what my brain says now. Let's hear it again. I mean, let's just try it on the beat too. Maybe we need that commanding vocal. It's probably simpler than what I'm doing, you know? Okay, yeah, let's just that did a lot of work for us. You feel me? That helps me not do too much. Let's not do too much. It's like, I would love the low cut, high cut, everything, but I'd also love to introduce as little, you know, not that you're ever going to hear phasing and stuff, but we like the way it sounds. Let's stick with our gut. So let's try. Obviously way too much, but my brain always thinks it should go on the snare if we do this. But it's just too big of a jump. Let's just cut it in half. I don't like it being this much. There's so many ways I could do this. I could like compress it, the amounts by 50%. I'm just going to do flat numbers for my brain's sake. I'm just going to do half decibel. Because I could have done this on the group level but I think, yeah, I don't know. This is just one way to do it. I can always just grab this curve and apply it on like it doesn't have to go here, but it's the spirit of what it's doing is correct, you know? Also, what's this at? -3, and this is what, -4? I'll just finish these numbers right here. Play it one time, make sure it's good. Oh, good. It's way more invisible. Oh, I love that so much better. Yep.